Hmm. I'm working on it. I think I got it. All right. Wait for a couple people here. Let me post this. I was just trying to get this ready. Looks like people see the thing and we're ready to go. All right. Let me blast this out real quick. Do 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 do. So many discords to post this in. Do 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 do. How is everyone tonight? Are we having fun tonight? I know I had a good day today. I'm loving the new logos and everything that are getting done. It's fun to brand power. Ronnie, you're gonna like this video. You're gonna like this video. So Fortuna 2.0 is out. Released it at 1 in the morning last night. We got to try it tonight. We're gonna talk about how we're gonna change the signals and everything for everyone to make them better. Um, we're gonna talk about Project Signum. I might talk about Project Whisper and Project Optimus. I got a bunch of projects in the works. I got a secret project called 618 that I'm excited about. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun here for the rest of the year, doing some artificial intelligence design and some auto trading design. So we have some big plans. I think we're a little ambitious right now, but I definitely think with what we've accomplished so far that we can get a lot done. So got 17 people watching. That's a new record for me. Let's just wait for a couple more. Oh, we got 18 now. That's nice. Nice. How was everyone's day? Did we make money? We lose money? Did we use Fortuna? Did we lose money with it? Did we make money with it? Thank you, Reaper. If you don't know, Fortuna is the goddess of wealth and fortune. She signifies good luck and return on investment. Signum is Latin for signals, so that was a suggested name to me, and I really liked it. Uh, Project Whisper is just something that's a whisper right now, and I don't want to speak a ton on it, but I'll probably change that name eventually. That's just something I came up with as a placeholder. And then Project Optimus is the final goal. It's been my goal since day one. I think we all share the same goal there, and we'll talk about that too. Yeah, she's Goddess of Wealth. Lakshmi. I like Fortuna better. Yeah. So I'm gonna go to some defaults here. We'll talk about some of the default setting changes here, and I mean, I think we all agree things have been good, but today in particular was not amazing, and that probably was because I didn't have the settings amazing. I probably need to. I had them too aggressive. So basically, what we were getting today was we had a downtrend and we were getting signals like this. This is just Starbucks. I just had it up, but what's happening is we're getting these downtrends and then we kind of get this sideways action and we're getting these signals like this where we're buying in and they're not doing anything, so we're losing money. So what we want are signals like this, like this, like this, like this. You know, we're catching the bottom in big moves. That's what we want. I think everyone wants that, I imagine. That's what we want. We want those bottoms. Want those bottoms. Those fat bottoms, right? That's what we want. Harry, it's gonna work, I promise you. It's not quite there yet. It is pretty good. I mean, if we went through every single one of these buys and sells, I bet you the majority of them are. I bet you more than less were profitable. Like let's just do it. So that one I'm gonna say is not good, 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 good. So there's 4 out of 5 right there. 5 out of 6. That one we'll say no. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. No, no. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 20, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 5, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 45, 46, 47, 49, 50. I mean, right now I'm at like, I think I've counted 8 out of the 50 were bad. So, I mean, right now we're batting a little over 80%. You tell me another signal giver for free that will bat 80+% on wins. I don't know anything out there that will bat over 80%, and that's just one ticker. So, yeah, we all love us a fat bottom. I think we all would have been very happy to see Starbucks go from 60 to 72 in a span of 3 days. I mean, you would have been making bank there. So, I mean, this is just a couple weeks worth of work. That's the best part. So we're getting better at it. We're not even talking the next steps yet. So, I mean, we got some fire buys thrown out here. And when you combine it with TA and your own, you combine this with TA news and everything else, I mean, this is just another tool. So hopefully, you wouldn't have actually bought in here because you're waiting for this. You probably would have waited for the downtrend here. So, I can't stop these from happening because the whole point of it is to predict reversals. And sometimes it gets faked out. It is what it is. Sometimes it gets faked out. You take the bad with the good. So you take all of this for a couple of these. So if you know it's in a correction, just don't play it. It's fine. When we're in an uptrend and things are good, it doesn't miss. Like I've never seen it miss in an uptrend. It's when we're in a correction that's the hardest. And that's when we got to bring in our other tools. That's when we got to bring in the news, when we got to bring in flow, when we got to bring in all those other tools so that we don't accidentally buy in a correction or downtrend. But if you know you're in an uptrend, it will hit almost every single time, and it is amazing. Yeah, we'll go through the settings here. I'm just waiting for some people to join us. So if you guys aren't in the Discord, let me know. I'll throw out an invite for it. Definitely think you should join. We're talking how to make it better every day. So just give me 1 second. I'll grab the invite link for you. If you guys have some questions here, throw them out. I'll try to get to them throughout the live here. There's the invite link. If you're not in the Discord, definitely join it. Otherwise, yeah, I did go over all the settings in the video. The new settings are these 2 settings, aggressive sells and auto trade mode. That's what we're going to be focusing on tonight. But let's just real quick go through all these. So herein is the change in directional movement. Basically, it's a fast changing indicator. So what it's doing is it's trying to predict up and down actions. So if you zoom in here, we can talk. Let's just find a good area here. Has a buy and a sell. Here, this will work. So herein, the way I have it designed, if you use it, is it's basically trying to capture the initial reversal and the initial reversal. So if you include that. RSI is basically your buy level. So if you considered this like, so if you were to draw two lines here, right there and right here, consider this your 0 to 100 RSI. So up here is 100 and down here is 0. So if you have an RSI of 35 at under 35% in this area right here, here is your buy area. So these two lines are the only areas it can buy in. If you had a sell area, say, of 65%, that means it has to be in the upper 65% area. So if you have it above 65, it only can sell up here, and if you have it below 35, it can only sell down here. So if you want it to have more buys, you raise that RSI level up to 50, then you have more buying opportunities. The thing is you also set yourself up for getting faked out if you have a higher RSI. So if you only want higher probabilities, you lower it, but if you want more buys, you raise it. And maybe that's the best way to describe that. Commodity channel basically means it has to be trading in a pattern. So if you want to try to avoid down patterns, you want it to be in confirmed patterns, include the commodity channel. Keltner bands look like this. So Keltner and VWAP. So VWAP is volume weighted average price. So basically it's saying by volume, is it below does the price and volume support where it's at? So if there's higher volume and it's below the average price, you're going to see it down here. So if you want to include VWAP, basically means the buys have to be below the volume weighted average price and the sells have to be above. And if you want to include Keltner, which is just a couple of moving weighted averages, you're going to have it above for a sell and below for a buy. So again, you're just looking for those high probability scenarios. That's all it is. When you go to the casino and you count cards and stuff, you're trying to increase your probability of winning. And this is going to the casino. We're trying to increase our probability of winning. So that's the whole idea behind everything that's designed into this algorithm, is we're trying to increase the probability of winning. If that makes any sense. Yeah, this is already on TradingView. You can go add it. If you want to add it, go to indicators, type Fortuna. It'll come up as, this is the old one right here. I renamed it, and you can just go to Fortuna, star it, add it to your favorites, and then you just click it, and it will add it to add it to your TradingView. So that is how you add it. It's super simple. If you want, you can go to my page, the Tamikaze. So here. This is I'll add this to the link right now. You can go there and you can click Fortuna 2.0. You can thumbs up it and like it. You can share it. You can report it, or you can go and add it to your scripts right here. And that's how you add it from my page. So yeah, the most conservative settings would be like 35, 70. Do that, include everything, and then you're basically going to have almost probably 85-90% winners. You're always going to get more sells just because of how I have it designed, but it's easier to sell something than it is to buy something. So I mean, you got a winner, chicken dinner. Nothing up here because the RSI is too high. You'd have to lower it. Again, because this thing ran so hard, you know, these aren't necessarily losers. It just depends on how long you hold. Like, the only real loser here was probably this one. This one was almost a for sure loser unless you sold before. If you sold before the end of the day, you might have made a couple percentage points there, a couple pips. This one was probably a winner. I mean, probably would have, I mean, what did this run? 273 to 279. It's a $6 run. You probably would have, and you would have sold at the end of the day. Yeah, absolutely. That's a winner right there. And then this is a winner. These are all winners. So, more conservative, the higher probability your wins are. That would have been most likely a loser, but again, you're taking the good with the bad. So you're going for the good, trying to avoid those downtrends. Again, like even on these downtrends, if you know it's in a correction and you're just playing the bounces, you're gonna be a winner. I mean, you just That's one of the reasons I wanted to make the auto trader, is so when it issues this, you're immediately getting in and out. You're scalping it, so you're getting in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. So yeah, if you wanted to donate to the project, just go to the donation link in the Discord. It's right under Fortuna Paradise. It's the first one there. I try to use all funds to improve this. So what I've done so far is I've purchased all the live data. So if you look at like futures, well, the futures aren't out yet, but if we were to look at like cryptocurrency, let's see, all of this should be live. So all the data is live. So if you look at this little thing here, it'll say markets open, mark as well. I have all live data. It's none of this that's delayed. So that way when we have the alerts in the Discord, it's all as fast as possible. That was a $300 subscription for all of the year. I also paid for the $600 TradingView subscription so I can have up to 400 alerts. So if you look at here, I have 97 of 400 right now. All of these alerts are set up to go to the Discord. These are all the alerts that came out today. These are all the alerts that I set up last night or earlier this week. I'm going to be removing these and adding new ones. So yeah, I put $1,000 in this for you guys, so I hope you're enjoying it. I have definitely not gotten that back, and that's fine. You know, that's not the point of this. I did this for me, not for you guys. I wanted it for myself, and I figured there's no reason not to share it with you guys, so, and gals. So that was just one of those things where I figured you guys and gals can help me make it better, and we can all enjoy it together. And if I recoup a little bit of my expenses, that's always a win. So appreciate it. Wanted to give a special shout out to Dro for designing and paying for my logo. I really appreciate that. I appreciate everyone doing all those little things for me. It does not go unnoticed. I definitely appreciate it, and it definitely saves me a lot of time. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the new features. So one of the things that's always been the goal is to Swag, you're Chad. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate everything that you've been donating. So, and Asodro, thank you again. I think you're Dro, I believe. Solace. Everyone, I appreciate everything. So, I added 2 big updates last night, and it's in preparation for what's coming up. So, I don't expect it to be useful right now as much as I expect it to be useful down the road. So I just wanted to prepare, maybe all of you could find some awesome settings, but let's talk about the new features, because I think that's why we're all here tonight. I didn't get into it too much during the day. So the end goal has always been Project Optimus, designing the most advanced algorithm on the retail market that you can connect to your brokerage account that will situationally trade for you in every situation effectively. That is the end goal. That has always been the end goal. This is the starting point. You need to have something to start with so that you can build upon it. So yeah, before Corona, this would have been the most amazing thing you could have had. So either ways, I'm getting distracted. So I added aggressive sells in conjunction with auto trade mode. These are to be used in conjunction. You can use them by themselves. I don't see the reason to use auto trade mode yet, but I wanted to add it to get people excited and kind of show them what the future was like. So let's connect these two. So this is what I was anticipating as the future. So basically what you're trying to do is we're going to play with the settings basically so that we can buy low and sell high, buy low and sell high, buy low and sell high. But the problem is on these downtrends it gets faked out, and that's where you're going to have to play with the other settings to figure out how to get rid of these. So the idea with the auto trade is it only has one buy and one sell, one buy and one sell. You can't have multiple buys, because if you take this off, you're going to see you can have multiple buys in a row. Like right here you have group buys. and then group sells. So if you do auto trade mode, it makes it so only one can be issued at the same time. And then we can start playing around with the settings if we want, so that we can make the buys better. So if you just want fire buys, you know, right there and there, that would have been a bad one. That wouldn't have been okay, but I mean, it's just I just added this. I haven't been able to fine tune it yet, but I wanted to add it so maybe you guys could help me fine tune it. So thank you, Jonathan. Everyone always wants help on how to use this. I know it can be a little overwhelming when you first see it, and designing a plan on how to use it, but definitely all the help is appreciated. So again, you know, you just want to play with the settings to figure out the best possible ways to use this. So and maybe you just figure out a way where you go through each ticker, you set up maybe 30 tickers, and you play with the settings where the tickers are surefire on each one, and then those are the 30 that you play, and you might not play them every day or anything, and that's kind of the way to go. So I'm going to be playing around with these this weekend. Maybe I can come up with some auto trade modes, but it's definitely not something I think needs to be done right now. It's just something I wanted to add again to get us excited on using it. So the biggest thing that I want to change over the weekend is get rid of those aggressive sells. So the biggest thing I want to change over the weekend is getting the alerts better. So I think what's happening with some of these alerts is we're getting these alerts that are sent out. So like today I just blind was following them just for fun, and I got sucked into Adobe, and I bought this alert right here, and I got stop lossed at the end of the day on this big dildo candle right here. So I bought in right here thinking, all right, yeah, we're going back up. We got a little wedge here. You know, I even had it trend lined out so you can see my sell line here. That was my stop loss. So when it crossed it, I should have been right there. But when it crossed it, I sold right here, and it continued to go down. So that I got faked out there, and I lost 30%, and that's my fault because I didn't fully look into it. I just blind followed it. And that's why I was trying to say, just don't blind follow it, because you're going to get burned every now and then. But I did not go all in with my account. I went in with a portion of my account. I took my stop loss, and it's fine. I'll live to fight another day, and I'm sure Fortuna will give me one of these next week, and I'll make my money back. So I am working on it. The plan right now is to get as many buys as possible that are accurate. It's always been the plan, but you know, let's say we can play around with the settings enough where we like them, and each one potentially could have been a winner, but we just have to devise what kind of strategy we want with it. So then we would look and we'd say, okay, at what point do we take profit percentages? So we have some ideas in place. We have some auto trading coding going on now, so that might be something you might see in the next week or two. So keep that in mind, keep a lookout for that. But the idea is to get all this better first. So be working on improving the signals this weekend and getting those updated. So the idea is to have buys and sells off the 15-minute, and then also the 1 hour on a bunch of tickers. So these would be considered, once I fine tune them, these would be like high probability buys and sells. So if you get a 1 hour buy and sell, that's something we want to pay attention to. And then let's say we have SPY and QQQ. What I'm going to do specifically for the indexes is I'm going to add 4 hour ones too. So if we get some 4 hour ones, that definitely means we probably want to buy in on those. So generally, the longer the time frame, those buys are typically fire. So we'll add those in as well once I fine tune the settings. So if you get a 1 hour or 4 hour, we could be pretty confident. But I know people want signals, so we're going to do some 15-minute signals, and we're going to go from there. So yeah, Dar, that is the next goal. So right now it's all indicator based. One of the things I add in this actually right here, these aggressive sells, um, is specifically not related to anything else. This is a single situation sell. So these are added based on no other indicator than one specific situation. So I designed this last night to try to catch the tops on a lot of situations. I think it's pretty damn good if you're looking at the chart. Typically it is catching the top, so I like that idea. And the next thing is to design like auto buy situations where if it's in specific situations it will auto buy. And then if I'm going to try to figure out a way to designate downtrends, and maybe that's, you know, auto charting. That's definitely something we're looking into, is how do we design an auto charter with trend lines? How do we do it accurately without making mistakes and hurting ourselves from making profits? So it's definitely something we are looking into. Oh, look at that collapsing wedge. Man, you could have timed this perfectly if you knew what a collapsing wedge was. That was so obvious. Scalping, I like 15 minute. I really do like 15 minute. 5 minute is good too. 5 minute has some pretty good scalping capabilities depending on your settings, but yeah, you could definitely scalp on the 5 minute. You're gonna get on the 5 minute though. You're gonna get on these downtrends like this, it's more possible for it to get faked out. I would just go a little bit more conservative on the settings on the 5 minute. With the 15 minute, you can be a little bit more aggressive, but personally, I've only made 3 trades off of it so far. 2 of them, all of them were profitable at some point, but I held too long. And I sold Adobe. I actually played, so I played 2 signals today. I played Adobe, and that was a dud. And then I played I played this buy on PayPal, which I wish I would have played this one, but I was stuck at work and I got in on the second one, and I was like, okay, double buy, right? That's good. And so right now I'm still holding PayPal. I like it. I think it's gonna bounce, and I think PayPal will make up my Adobe losings. I did play Carnival Cruise Lines yesterday, and that worked out. So I bought Carnival Cruise Lines right here, and I actually could have sold it for profit at the end of the day, a nice little 15%er, but I ended up holding it overnight, and we see how that worked. But the thing is we got that news today, and I sold right here for a nice profit. If I held it, it would have been fine too, and I rolled that in. So Carnival Cruise Line was a win. That's pretty nice. Thinkorswim scripts will never happen right now. I just don't see this being able to be put into Thinkorswim, unfortunately, because Thinkorswim is an open source platform, and this is my intellectual property. If I were to upload it to Thinkorswim, you guys would all have this and be able to redistribute it. Yeah, BA. So let's talk about the winners today. So BA was a giant winner today. I mean, I called this out on Market Open. I said, hey, Fortuna is calling BA. You know, I called it at 163, and that ran up to almost a $7-8 move. Like, that was a massive move today. Another one was Pepsi. I heard was really good. Yep, Pepsi called it right there. Pepsi was a huge winner, ran from 136 to 139. Carvana was another big one that was called out in the Discord. We called that at 214, and that ran up to 223, so almost a $10 run there. So it is definitely catching some awesome buys. I think it's just combining it with your own technical analysis. So for me, if I saw this buy, I would connect these wicks here, and then when it broke out of this channel, so I see this reversal happening, and I see this breakout, you could have bought in here and still made a nice profit. Yeah, I know a lot of people. Well, here's the thing, Love to Race. It's not about connecting the indicator to this. It's about connecting the auto trader, which we can do to Thinkorswim. We know how to do it already. We just have to design the perfect AI where we feel comfortable connecting it to it. So that's the biggest thing. Yeah, I hate BA too, but you can't deny that BA is liquid and good for some scalps. So I never have ever wavered in my disdain for BA. I mean, it's been trading in this channel since July, just this downwards channel. You got a couple fake outs here and there, but it has been trading. I haven't changed this channel since right here, since July, and it's still in that channel. Every now and then you get these uptrend fake outs and these double tops, and I don't know. It's not for me, but it is what it is. So, goals for this week. So let's talk about Project Signum. So one thing that we're working on, and it's a high priority, we're pretty comfortable with where this is at, so I'm not going to put as much effort into it. I'm going to try to keep adding, my big goal with it is just to add those situational signals, so it's not like something that's just based on like levels of volume, MFI, and stuff like that. It's like, okay, well, if we get so many red candles in a row after a sell-off and things like that, that we're going to issue a buy here, or if we get, you know, a run up and then a reversal issue. So it's just like looking to those situations, or, you know, one thing I'm looking at is potentially adding, let's say like if we add tweezer top and tweezer bottom, so it's something where we could add candle-based indicators. So for this, if we wanted to add like a tweezer bottom, you know, that would have been a buy, and tweezer top would be sells. So it's something I'm looking into, as well as adding these types of indicators in. So using candle-based indicators as situational things. I just haven't found the best way to filter out the bad ones. So it's because for all the good ones you have here, you're still getting these awful ones down here. But for the most part, you know, these might have been pretty good. So it's definitely something I've been looking into, and definitely something I'm considering. You know, I'm considering everything, so keep that in mind. If you have an idea on something that you're seeing working, like let's say you're doing this and you have your favorite indicator and you see that indicator would have negated a bad buy or sell, let me know. I would love to hear that. I've looked at hundreds of indicators, and I'm sure there's still hundreds that I need to look at. So, the Project Signum is going to be what we're thinking about using to issue the alerts, and then this would actually be the checker. So if the alert is issued, it would then check to see if a recent buy signal is fired, and then if both those conditions are good, then it would issue that buy signal to the auto trader. And basically, I've kind of whispered at it before, but I've kind of put a name on it now, where this is going to be Fortuna forever, and Signum's going to be the one that actually gives the signals, and then this is just going to check if it's bullish or bearish. So Signum is our news/catalyst bot. So it's going to auto-read in real time news alerts, catalyst alerts, anything that's moving the market. It's going to auto-read it in real time, and we're going to have that available. And that's going to be, when it meets certain criteria, it's then going to check to see if we're in a bullish or bearish scenario. And based on that scenario, it will take a buy or call. And we can weight the news too through keyword filtering and different things like that to actually assign a bearish or bullish score to that news score or catalyst score. And then we can use that to also check in with Fortuna. So they'll talk to each other to verify each other, and if they both say yes, then they can tell our auto trading software to take a call for you. So it's something that I haven't seen on the retail market yet. I am 100% sure that banks and stuff have it, and you know, those big investment firms have it, but I haven't seen it on the retail market yet, and I want to be the first to bring it. So that is the big goal right now. If you guys want to know the newsletter, so the newsletter is a personal project with me and a couple of the experienced traders in Ace Ventures, with ATM, who's our Elliott Wave insider, great at doing projections, Thanos and Airdrake, who are just great at charting and picking out plays, and then Thomas is going to be our editor and economic expert. And then we have Tay too for just some I don't know if Tay's gonna write a lot, but he might be. He might write a couple articles here and there. So, and then I'm gonna obviously talk about how to combine all the different aspects of the AI and use the AI to predict moves for us. So that's the insight on the newsletter. If you guys want to subscribe to it, we are offering a 30-day trial for free. It's in the Discord link there. And I have been thinking about doing a giveaway for a 6-month free, 6-month free subscription. So if you want the link, that's the 30 days right there. But let's do a giveaway over the weekend. We'll join the Discord. If you're already in the Discord, we'll do some giveaways. I'll do a 6-month free subscription. So if you guys want 6 months free of the newsletter, our newsletter will talk about what our highest upside plays of the week are, things that we don't typically talk about in the Discord. We'll do that in the newsletter. So. Jonathan, do you want to post that in the Discord? I bet you people would like to see that, your 3 rules or whatever you're doing there. So I haven't really ever talked about this thing right here, and this is something that I've been thinking about incorporating. I just haven't figured out the best way. But basically, you can tell something's in a downtrend here with the red line. So if you get, theoretically though, most of the really good buys are in the red zone, but that can tell you if you see this going down, you might not want to buy till you start seeing it curling back up. So if you're seeing like this going down and then it starts curling here, this is something I'm considering making. If it turns red to green, making that an auto buy there, an auto buy there, an auto buy there, auto buy there. I mean, for the most part, the red to green is pretty fire. I mean, every now and then you get faked out, but the reds to greens, I've noticed. I've been watching the red to greens. Pretty good. That would have been a bad one right there, 100%. And that would have been, or not, yeah, red to green. That would have been a good one. But I don't know. The thing is for all the good ones, there's almost just as many bad ones too. Red to green there. I would have been playing on the downtrend. So I think combining it with some other rules might be really good. So something I'm considering. I haven't looked into Tastyworks yet. I'm pretty sure we could do it. I do have an auto trader through a third party available, but I haven't thought about whether I want to make that available. He just sent me the link today saying it's available. So if you guys are interested in it, that's the $2,000 one. He did send me that today saying it's going to be available immediately. If we wanna get into that, I can make that link available for us. I'm thinking about setting up a maybe a tutorial and demo on that, but at the same time, I mean, we're so close to making our own software. I'm not sure if it's worth trying to tell you guys to spend $2,000 when we could probably do it for a lot cheaper. So let me know what you guys think. If you just want the one that's available, I'm not opposed to doing a tutorial on it and letting everyone know, but at the same time, like I said, we're pretty close on doing it ourselves. So I'm personally thinking I'm just going to wait and have this available and have us auto trade off of this. So these are the settings I have right now. I always do all sell settings because sell settings are so aggressive already. I want to have the good ones. So every single sell setting I always have, and I have a high sell RSI always. The buy ones are a little bit more tricky, so I always try to do conservative buys. You probably don't even need the aggressive sells, although it's not bad having them. So again, I like to include the commodity channels, the Keltner bands, and everything. So for me, when I'm going to make the signals, I'm going to probably have these type of settings for everyone on the signals. So I'm going to play around with it. I'm going to go every ticker I go through. I'm going to personally make each ticker customized settings based on the ticker's history, so that way hopefully we can. Holy cow! Boeing got hammered. It's crazy. Yeah, commodity channel is awesome. It's probably my favorite. My favorite setting is commodity channel, followed by the Keltner and VWEPs. Arun is Arun can get rid of some really bad ones, but it also can get rid of good ones too. So I find almost using Arun by itself is the way to go. So if you're gonna use it, maybe use it by itself for scalping. That could be a good way of scalping. So I mean, it does provide a lot of signals by itself though, so just keep that in mind. You just gotta play around with it and find what works for you. Yeah, including the commodity channel is one of the best settings you can have. It'll get rid of a ton of bad buy signals. So I mean, look at that. That's just commodity and Arun, and almost every single one of those is a winning position, in my opinion. You got a couple bad. That's COVID. Like, this is such a situation that happens like once in every 10 years that it's not worth trying to code it into the bot because it barely ever happens. That's the thing. You're just trying to catch these reversals, and that's what you want. So I've kind of covered everything I want. I'll open it up to questions. If you guys and gals have questions, I went through all the updates. We're working on the Catalyst bot. We are still working on a flow bot. We've kind of downgraded the priority on it, but I do think that it is not far away. We do think after much discussion and debate, we've discussed thinking the Catalyst bot is more important to focus on right now. So I don't know what video you're talking about, Bayer and Lover 23. If you could be more specific. But we theoretically could have an auto trading bot next week. Now, are we going to have an algorithm that we feel comfortable connecting to it? Oh, the video will be uploaded immediately after, so then it's on YouTube. So it's just YouTube has to, whatever they call it, compress it and then upload it. So however long that takes, it'll be immediately after. So as soon as I'm done, it auto uploads right after. So I mean, it might be 20 minutes after, it might be an hour after. So I think if you're live though, you can just go back to the beginning. Barry, you got questions? I'd love to answer your questions. I'm going to crack a monster here so I can actually stay awake. I mean, this is the part where I've gone through my spiel and I'm happy. And I'd love to answer questions. Is there stuff you guys are looking for? Like, what can I add to make this better? What can I do? What are you guys looking for? So one thing we're working on, Michael, Bubba, thank you. Just got your donation there. Appreciate it. One thing we are going to have some expenses coming up, so there might be some premium features we're going to do to raise capital to keep this thing going. So I don't want to make anyone feel like I'm charging you for stuff for that you don't need. We're thinking about making some little, like, you know, like $4.99 premium features, like having personalized alerts. So like if you wanted to work on making a bot where you could subscribe to a ticker and the alerts you wanted, and it will end up either messaging you those personally or it'll ping you when those happen. So that might be something to consider. We're working on having some additional features. That's not something that's going to happen right away, but as we get more expenses, we are going to have to figure out a way to pay for those expenses. So I always want to make it as affordable and useful as possible to everyone. And I would love to keep Fortuna free. I think that's my main goal right now, is keep this section free forever, and then just kind of have like value added features to make this even better. I think that would be my main goal for everyone, and I think everyone would be happy with that. Current expenses right now are, obviously, these are the yearly expenses are already paid for, but what we're looking for is live market data, because our goal is to take it off a trading view and then have it as a standalone app that you can integrate into anything. So that might be the solution to the Thinkorswim solution, is having it cloud-based, where you can connect it to, say, your broker or whatever, or have it connected like as a downloaded app on your phone where you can set personalized alerts on a ticker, things like that, where we can basically do, once we have it off a trading view, we could basically do so much more with it, and that's the goal. So that we would have to pay for live data from the like New York Stock Exchange and things like that. We're also talking about paying for flow data. The flow data is the most expensive one, potentially like thousands of dollars a month. So that's why we kind of put that on the back burner for now. So just keep that in mind. It's not something we're saying no to. It's just something that once we have more things in place and it makes sense to start doing it again, that's when we'll start doing it again. And then the other expense would be, so we have the data expense. I think the cheapest we found for the most accurate up to the second data is like $200 a month, which right now I'm not worried about. So I think the donations we've been getting are more than enough to pay for that. And if Fortuna's making us money, like that's the best part. So if we can keep improving this and getting the Catalyst bot, we have been talking about some potential insider news sources that might cost money to make the Catalyst bot better, and that might be an expense, absolutely, because if we can get some insider news faster than anyone else, like the biggest thing in this world is getting data faster than everyone else, because then you can make decisions faster and you can get in before the big moves. And that's the whole reason I made Fortuna, is so that you can get in here before this big move. So you can get in here before these big moves. And that's what we want. We want to get in before the big moves, not after. Every single indicator I have is going to tell you, like, okay, we're going to buy after you have 4 greens. Like, it's like this indicator would have told you to buy here. My indicator's telling you to buy here. So you're getting this move you're getting this whole move before it turns green. And these are the indicators that are already out there. These ones are not. And I've compared this to Lux Algo and Trend and all those other predictive indicators. They're just momentum indicators. They're based on MACD. They are the simplest. Like this trend line indicator is the exact same thing for free that is already out there that people pay hundreds of dollars a month for, and it drives me nuts that people do that when I'll give it to you for free. I think it's ridiculous. Jonathan, please charge me. Yeah, I don't think today was the good day to get buy signals. I wasn't even sure I was going to play them, but I was so thirsty to play something. Of course, I went in. Um, yeah, these are the settings that I would probably suggest having as minimum, is at least have a 35 RSI. You might be able to jump it up to a 40, but these would be my most aggressive settings. Like, absolutely most aggressive would be 40-70. Now, my buddy Thanos, Dougie, he likes to go even crazier and go 50, because what he does then is I just can't do that on mine. Like, it just makes me feel like I'm on drugs or something. Uh, he does this combined with his TA, so he's just looking to get in and out scalps and things like that. I just want, like, for me, I don't have time. Like, he quit his job and he trades full time. I have a really nice job. I have kids. I have a family. Like, I have constant bills that I can't afford one loss in here. I need to have constant income. So for me, My whole reason in designing this in the first place is because I don't have time to sit there and look at a ticker 24/7. I want something that can do it for me, that I can just click on when I'm ready to trade and click off. So like I can say, cool, I want to buy here and sell here. I'll just click on a bot and it'll do it for me. Yeah, Ryan, if you're trying Lux Algo, let me know. Is this better? Is that something that maybe I should look into to learn from? Um, it's just one of those things where like I have found like I've gotten to the point where I know all this knowledge about the stock market and I can't use it because I can't look at my phone 24/7 to trade. So I may make this awesome trade and buy here, and then I can't look at it between here, or let's say for like what happens is I'm catching this reversal here, and this is at what 10:30 in the morning, and then what happens is it sells off the end of the day. But if I get stuck in a meeting and I can't secure profit here, and then at the end of the day we have this sell-off, I just had a losing trade that was a winning trade. And I have done that many times where I can't sit there and look at it all the time, and I don't know whether it's going to get to 5 or 10%. When it breaks this downtrend, it could go anywhere, but that's the thing. And the other thing is I am an emotional trader, so I can tell a bot to have a 10% stop loss, where for me, I may look at a chart and be like, all right, yeah, I'm just going to hold that and pray and see what happens. I'm down so much already, I might as well hold it longer when it's going to lose 100% anyways. And that's happened so many times where I've had 8 awesome trades in a row, and I feel like I'm living on cloud 9. And then I have that one bad trade that wipes out all my gains because I went in either too much because I was so confident in that being such a good trade that I was like, I'm going to go heavy in this because there's no way this trade doesn't work out. And then, of course, that trade doesn't work out and I get wiped out and then I have to add money to my account. And I promised myself I would never do that again. And that's why I started this project in the first place, is to stop myself from overthinking things and put all the knowledge I know about stocks into a bot and just have it execute for me. I'm just going to catch up on some of the comments here. Drink my Monster real quick. Josh, yeah, it's literally called Fortuna, so it'll come up as Fortuna 2.0. If you want, you can go and search the Tamikaze. So if you searched the Tamikaze, I don't know why that doesn't show up. Here, I'll just link here. Just go here. Just go here. I'll put it in. Yeah, Ryan. That's the thing. Like when you have an auto trader, it's just percentages. Then you can build in a strategy around the percentages, and you can set stop losses and profit gains. And you can just let it do its thing, and you don't even have to look at it anymore. And you don't have to put your whole account in it. You could put half your account into an auto trader, and then use the other half and see what does better. But if we built it right, the auto trader will always beat you because it can get in and out trades faster than you can. So yeah, so one of the reasons I built the one of the reasons I built the aggressive sells in was just to secure profits on a lot of the times. So this is just based around a simple money flow. So basically it's saying when the money flow starts to reverse, we're going to issue a sell signal, and that's what that is. So you may see sell signals on uptrends. If you see a sell signal on an uptrend, that is a big red flag if you have the aggressive sells on, because literally the only thing that the aggressive sells is based on is how much money is flowing in. So if it is slowing down and you're getting the sell signals, that basically is saying that the money flowing into that is below average, to the point where it is not only below average, it is actually dropping. So it has gotten to the point. So if you were to look at money flow average, we could pull it up here. This is the whole thing this is based on. So like right here, you can see these sell signals here. So basically what it's saying is you have the money flow increase. So people are putting more and more money in. They're buying more and more. And here they're not doing that anymore. So now they're starting to buy less and less. But the thing is people aren't selling. So the price is still going up even though the volume is going down. So it's telling you that this is going to go down. So I built a simple script that basically says when money flow gets to a certain point and then it reverses, it's going to sell. And you could see that's what's happening. So on all of these, all it's saying is when it peaks and reverses, it's going to sell. So if you look at all these peaks and valleys, that's why these are selling. It's not rocket science. It's just a simple protect your ask algorithm. And it's one of the things I'm working on is these simple situations. I want to be able to toggle so you can protect yourself. If you want to have conservative approaches, you can turn these toggles on so that you're having an all-in-one indicator. You don't have to add 30 indicators to your account. You can use this for everything. Yeah, Rick, I looked at it a little bit, and I think that's the thing too, is they are extremely conservative in their buys and sells. The sell signals I think are pretty similar to mine, where you get a peak and it goes down, and they make it look real pretty, but I don't really see how it's much different or even better. Yeah, we could check some Zoom. Oh, look at that sell signal. That was a good one on Zoom. That would have made you a lot of money if you bought a put there. All of these were great, actually. Look at those. That one was not great, but so one thing I also want to help everyone do. Oh, there's that buy right there. I didn't even see that. It's hiding. It's a nice little buy right there. One thing I also want to do for everyone in the Discord is help them use strategies that they might not have thought of to make money. So what you can do is, instead of just buying naked calls and naked puts here, you can actually just do, let's say like you got this today. So this was at 8:30 on market open, basically an hour after market open. You got the sell signal and sold off today. You could have sold a put credit spread for next Friday at, say, $505 or $510 or whatever was in there, and maybe make that a $10 spread. So you would have gotten a potentially 800, 700 credit to your account. And as this went down, you would have secured that credit, and then you could have just bought it back at the end of the day, and you could have made money that way. And even if it goes sideways, then you're still collecting money on theta. That's the one thing that's nice about credit spreads, is with just naked calls and puts, you have to have it go up or down. If it goes sideways, you lose money because of theta. But with credit spreads, if it goes the same direction that you thought it was going to go, you make money. But if it goes sideways, you still make money. And that's what's cool. Yeah, you do need collateral. So the collateral, it's basically if you have a $500 spread, so a $5 spread, so a 500 to 505, you need a $500 collateral. So that is the big difference. It's not as useful to small accounts, but if you have a couple $1,000 account, it is 100% great strategy to do. I'm sorry, TJ, or Taji, or we'll just call you Baines. Yeah, you got to be careful with these. The sell signals on the default settings, the sell signals are really good. They are really good. I'm very happy with where I've gotten them this week. It's something that I worked on a lot to shore those up, and they are money now. I am very happy with them, and that's why I'm going to add them to the alerts. So be careful with those. I like 15-minute is my favorite. I like 1 hour. I like 30 minutes. I like 4 hours. So I like all of those. I actually use Zoom. As you can see, all these lines were me helping me develop this. Um, Zoom was one of the ones that I looked at. So I also have looked at, I think, I tried to go over a couple of different things. This is what I do for fun. I chart buy and sell points, and I try to figure out how I could have bought there and how I could have sold there. And that's how I basically designed all this, is how could I have bought and sold based on all these different indicators I've looked, and then how do I combine those so some of them don't cross some out and some of them protect me. So that's something I've been doing for a very long time. So yeah, and that's something I think we need to keep in mind is if it's on the 1 hour, um, and you're getting a buy or sell, it could potentially be a multi-day hold. You're gonna get less and less buys on the longer time frames, but the idea is if you do get a buy on a longer time frame, it should almost always be a winner. So if you looked at Microsoft here, all these buys for the most part on the daily were all fire buys, all amazing. Like even recently, like these two buys that we got this year, and you might only get one or two buys a year on the hourly if you're doing the right settings, but you should, if you do get one, that is a giant sign. So, um, let's look at AMD, see if we have any daily ones. So we got one there and there, but it looks like we're getting more sells than buys. So, and that's just because the sells are so much more restrictive, because it's easier to sell, or the buys are so much more restrictive. Yeah, so the bot we're designing can basically do anything. We got to design all those scenarios in. Um, there is a bot out there already that can do that, which I'm going to probably talk about over the weekend as I get more info on it. I was just told literally a couple hours ago that's available, so I'm going to try to set up a demo for us. But I don't want to necessarily get into that today because I don't have a ton of data on it yet. I've been told it's been coming for a while, so I'll work on that later. So let's talk about this today. Can you tell that I have done a lot of back testing on Apple? I know people love Apple, so I tried to design some settings that specifically were for Apple. Lanre, I mean Fortuna right now is a trading view, so if you go to trading view and you go to indicators and you just search Fortuna, should come up here and you can use it right away. It's free. Have fun. If you want to join the Discord, and we can go over strategies with you to help you out. I definitely would advise joining the Discord just because using it without any instructions can be hard. Otherwise, look at my tutorial video. So I swear there's always one person every time that dislikes my video. I think they just do it to mess with me. Yeah, let's do a couple tickers here real quick. I'm gonna go on the 15-minute. I'm gonna go with a little bit of a more aggressive settings. We'll look at Lulu. We'll look at some tickers. Shout some tickers out. We'll end this with some tickers. Looks like we got some buys here, here, and here. We could potentially... I don't really want to go too much of more aggressive settings, but I would say that Lulu looks okay though. Doesn't look amazing, but it looks okay. You know, that's maybe one of those things where we go 50, but we just include more. Kellners. There we go. So that would have been some good buys for you right there. Lulu, Piton, Amazon. Amazon got some good buys here, here. No sell, so that's a good sign if you're in Peloton. Amazon. Ooh, we got a buy at the end of the day on Amazon. I did not see that. And then you got a giant sell-off, so that could have been potentially bad, but that'd be interesting. I want to see if that works out. We should relook at this on Monday. That would be interesting to see how that worked out. Neo got a buy at the end of the day too. Wow, we got a lot of... These are with some slightly aggressive settings, so... BAC, you got some buys in here with some aggressive settings. Tesla. Ooh, Tesla. Wow, Tesla sold off. It had a sell signal here yesterday. That sell signal would have been money. American Airlines, you had a couple of buy signals in here. These would have... that would have been a good one. Neo. Yeah, haters. That's fine. Appreciate you watching, all the haters watching my stream though. That's still cool. Yeah, let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's live. We can look and see what that's doing right now. So, let's see if... Ooh, we are getting some buys on Bitcoin. Yeah, we got some buys here. Those buys would have been money. Why are my sells not working though? Well, they are. I think my buys are too aggressive. There we go. See, again, like, it's almost like you have to... Every ticker almost has to have its own settings. For the most part, general ones work across all of them when conservative, but I found that... And this is something that I'm working on this weekend, is I'm going to personally go through probably 50 to 70 tickers that are in the master list, and I will go through each one by one, find the best settings, and then make alerts based on those. And I will do it for 15-minute, 1 hour buys and sells on both. I think I'm going to do it with probably 50 tickers. I'll go through, I'll make 15-minute buys, 1 hour buys and sells on both. I'll label them different, and I'll probably start with that. That's going to take me a very long time, and it is a massive project for me to do. But the thing is once I get it done, it is done. Yeah, let's look at Ethereum. I'll look at Chewy. You got some buys there. I'm surprised we didn't get some down here. This looked like it could have been a good zone. It could have been a couple different reasons. Could be the settings. We'll see. But for the most part, the buys and sells. Ooh, look at that buy and sell. That would have been a good capture. Good capture. These buys and sells look really good. So the nice thing is once we take it off a trading view, I can basically have a central file of all those tickers and immediately set alerts for all of them. That's another nice thing that we're working on, is taking it off and connecting it to our own personal server, and then we can do so much more faster and easier. I know I talked about us building an algorithm that can auto check any new parameters we want. We can do that if we take it offline. Look at that. That's crazy. Some of these I see are just great. Like watching this run right here, if you're watching it on these settings, you're like, all right, cool, let's just do it here. And then you see the sell signal. It's like, all right, I'm a secure profit there. You just caught yourself a $55 to $70 move there. It's crazy. We did Carvana a little earlier, but you might not have been on. We can do it again. Carvana had a great buy signal at the end of the day. Why is it not there now? I wonder if I just change the settings. Was right there. What happened? It should be right there. There it is. There it is. Okay. I was like, we had this, the bot fired this out today, so Um, fired it out right there on there live. So yeah, that happened to me. I got crushed on CCL to start the day. So I actually got a buy signal on CCL yesterday, right here, and I held it overnight, thinking we're out of this. I was like, oh cool, we're out of this downtrend. It broke the downtrend. We're done. So I held it overnight. My TA was sound. We broke the downtrend. We had a buy signal. I held it overnight. And then we got the Trump news. And that Trump news killed us. But the thing is, I was protected because I had a couple weeks out. I bought a couple weeks out right here. I even plotted on here. I said, all right, cool. I got till here to sell. I'm going to be fine. I held it. And I was up about 10% today, and I was like, you know what? I don't know what's going to happen over the weekend. I will take that. And so I went from being down a ton and not worried because I had a couple week out call and I trusted the signal. And so then when we had the news today, of the airlines and stuff getting bailed out, that pumped all travel stocks, and I sold there. Yeah, if you never tried that, if you have you have a swing play. This is great. So if you have a swing play and you're like, okay, I'm gonna buy. You've been watching a ticker. You get the buy signal maybe on Fortuna to reinsure yourself that it's a good time to go in, and you bought it for an October 16th expiration. Just throw that up there. Maybe you make that a specific color that's only used for that. Maybe you want that to be like a dark blue and be like, all right, that's my target goal. And what you should also do on top of that, and I didn't do this, but you should be like, all right, October 16th, that means I need to sell it by the 9th. You should never hold it till that last day. So there's your expiration. Here's your sell by date. So then you need to make sure it gets to profitability by there. And if you don't sell it by here, at least roll your blue, roll that out another week. So then you're giving yourself more time, and you're not, because once you get into that last week, the theta alone will just crush you. Space. Whoa, look at those buy signals. Buy signal there. Those buy signals are awesome. Sell signal there would have been awesome. More buy signals there. Yeah, those spaces looks good. I don't know. It looks good. Oops. I like space. Space is good because it's. I feel like space is predictable. I've been following it for a while. I was following this channel for a while, and I predicted this. If you've been following me for a while, I knew this was going to break out right here. And then, it's going in waves. So wave, wave, wave. It'll probably get close to 22, 23. We could probably even chart that out. Oh, did it break the down? What just happened here? Red Bull's kicking in. Or Monster's kicking in. We had a downtrend break today? No. If that's the case, this could be a multi-day runner. This could be huge if this broke this downtrend. That is interesting. It did. Wow. Alright, I gotta chart this out real quick. That's interesting. I'm wondering if I should talk about this in the newsletter. That might be fun. Oh, the Fibonacci. I'm trying to see the golden levels on the retracements. So you're going high to low, and then you're basically seeing, okay, it bounced off the 38, and it's been hovering around the 23. So if we were to get rid of this one, You can see it got up to the 50 and couldn't quite break through, and then it came back down to the 23, and now it's probably going to go up to the 21. And so it's got another dollar before I would get nervous. It does have some gaps in here too, so it's probably going to fill these gaps, and then once it gets to above 21 in this area, that's where I would get nervous. And you could do, if you want, you could do a fib extension here. So that would tell you the 22 in this 21 to 22 area is probably where you could see a reversal. So if it keeps going, on Monday, 2270 in this 22 range is mid 22s is where I would take profit. I mean, if it's in an Elliott wave, which is always a possibility, you know, you're looking for basically this to happen. So that would be ideally what you're looking to happen, is it to hit the 22, retest the 20. So you want resistance turn support, and then that would be a great fifth wave for you to capture. So if this keeps going above here, so if it is green on Monday and breaks above the 21, you could play a small scalp here, take profits here, maybe take a put down, and then potentially ride calls up on the fifth wave, or just wait for this to confirm. You don't even have to play this down. If it comes down and reverses off the 21, you could then capture a $3 move up. I'll leave this up here and we'll see if I'm right or not. It's interesting though. It's fun to use Elliott waves, and it's fun to use Fibonacci's. I definitely recommend. I did put a classroom up. It is a $50 classroom, so it is a paid classroom. I don't promote too much paid stuff, but I do think the classroom by ATM is one of the best out there. So I did throw that up in the referral links if you wanted to check it out. And you wanted to learn in depth all of the Elliott waves. We are making, and it's Project 618. So Project 618 is an algorithm-based AI that will do all of this for you. That is one of our very big projects, is to automate Fibonacci and Elliott waves. So, yeah. that is one of our big projects. So that one might take a while. I just want to let you know that we are working on it. It is probably one that went down the road we're gonna focus on more than right now. Yeah, watch this. I bet you. Ooh, excuse me. If we were to just throw this on here and zoom in here, let's go down to the 15-minute. Really get in the weeds here. Let me just fix these real quick. Yeah, so you can see the Elliott wave basically happening. So it got above the golden zone, and it came up. It used this fib as support, went up to the top, came down, bounced off the 3.8 zone, 382, came back up, used the 2.3 as support, and now it's back up to the top. So the fibs are very, very important. I don't know if you know this, but my my logo is a Fibonacci spiral, and I designed it because of how important Fibonacci's are, not only in trading but just in the structure of life. I think it's one of the coolest things that if you ever want to learn, it's definitely one of the coolest things to research and learn about. Yeah, Project 618 is definitely a fantasy. Not to say we couldn't do it, but it is definitely something that we're working on. But it's definitely it's a much harder project to do than some of these other ones. So It's not a priority project. It's just when we get spare time kind of project. Yeah, I looked into Amazon. We can look at it again, though. It's no problem. So Amazon got a couple buys at the end of the day. We'll see what happens. These could be like these, though, where they fake us out for a little bit. But I could see Amazon. I don't see Amazon really going down, especially with Prime Day coming up next week. I think these are real. I think this was a good buy if you bought this last one. I mean, how do you think I do this all the time? I'm a robot right now. Tom's upstairs sleeping. Oh wow, that would have been a good buy right there. Canadian Solar. Canadian Solar. Wow, isn't it? It just amazes me every time. You plot the low to high, and these fib retracements are just insane. Like, look at those golden zone retracements: bounce up, bounce down, up, bounce off, bounce down, bounce up, and it just like all the bounces are off the retracements. It's amazing. That's why I want to make it so bad, because it would help so much. Because we have the strategies in place already. So like we know that if you have a retracement and then it breaks above certain levels, you could take calls, and if it doesn't get through, you can reverse it. We already have a lot of the strategies in place. We just have to code it. Well, I mean, if I'm a real robot and I'm good at my job, I have to at least pretend I'm doing human things. So, well, we've been going quite a while, almost about an hour and a half now. Let's do a giveaway. I have I have a lot of projects right now. I'm doing a lot of different things. You guys have been hanging out for a while. Let me just see here. Have a code here for a free 6 months of the newsletter. I'd like to give away here. What could we do? Are you guys interested in the newsletter? Is it something that you guys would enjoy looking at for free? I think it's going to be fun, so let's do yeah, and do me a favor if you guys signed up for it. This is the best way we could make it better. If you guys signed up for the newsletter and you're really enjoying it, and there's certain things you're looking for, or certain things that we could do better to make it more, make you a better trader, or to help you make more money, um, just tell me. I'm a very open person. I feel like I'm pretty easy to talk to, so just tell me. So, uh, let's see, what could I do? Let's see. So when I was thinking of the name Fortuna, I was looking at different things, and I really like words that mean other words that aren't as common, and then that's why I thought of Fortuna being the goddess of wealth. So, what is the Greek goddess of wealth? First person to tell me that, I will give a 6 months subscription. see who's really good at Googling. Hey, I see Isidro Salas first. Fortuna. So Isidro, I'll get you a promo code. You can go and get 6 months free. So I think we know who each other are in the Discord, so I'll hook you up there. It's Plutus. Plutus is the Greek goddess. I just thought Plutus just sounds weird. It doesn't sound as cool as Fortuna. So I had very heavily considered it, and I was just like Plutus. It just doesn't roll off the tongue as much. So I got a couple more giveaways. If I go live again this weekend, I'll give away a couple more 6-month packages. I love doing giveaways, and the more stuff I have to give away, the better. So some good things are coming up. So Google skills are A1. I tell that to people a lot. I may not know a lot, but I'm really good at Googling. So with that, I mean, I didn't really want to make this about the fibs. Do you have specific questions, Umar? Yeah, if you guys want to sign up for the newsletter, I'll throw a link here. The link is also in the Discord. Just go to Cheddar Flow and referral links. I'll probably rename that. That doesn't necessarily. There's the link for the 30 days free trial. So you all can have a 30-day free trial. That's 4 weekends free. It's just something because it's brand new. We want you to enjoy it. And if you enjoy it, awesome. It's only $11 a month. It's not expensive. I mean, learning fibs takes at least 20 hours of studying. It's not something I could teach you in 5 minutes. I can teach you to draw one. I could teach you the important levels, but actually learning all the strategies involved and learning Elliott wave theory and all that, you basically just go low to high, and that's how you have your retracements. Or if, let's say, you have a sell-off, you go low to high here, or high to low, and then you can see once it hits the bottom, then you can plot your levels back. So then you know your supports and resistances. So then you can see the 23 is support. The golden zone is important. So in order for it to go up farther, it has to break out of the golden zone, and then basically you're going to have some resistances, and you're going to have it trading sideways until it can break out of the golden zone. But so Isidro, if you already signed up, I think I have to go add it manually. Can you DM me on the Discord your email so I can go to your account and then add a couple more months to your account for you, extra 6 months to your account? I think I have to do that manually, but just do that for me. Give me your email, and I'll hook you up with that. I do like the name Pandora. I thought of a lot of different names, but I think I'm going to stick with them now. I don't like changing names often. I find it's not great, so I'm going to keep the names. I like the names we got now, and I think I'm going to keep them. So, I don't know when Danny mentioned which one he's mentioned. I know he was talking about Clifton was designing, and Clifton's actually working with me now. We're working together on making the best possible AI we can. So. Yeah, Optimus is a sweet name. Project Mars. You could do that, maybe. haven't looked at my favorite ticker in a while. Interesting. Almost looks like a bear flag. I can't believe this is down so much. Look at this thing. I still think CVS should be $100 one of these days. All right, I think we're running out of things to talk about, so I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you, everyone. Join me on the Discord. I'm always on Discord, apparently. It's my AI that runs my Discord, so feel free to shout out questions to me on there. Let's have some fun, and let's make some money.